I see the comments. I see the anger. I see the tears. They ruined the Trostenwald meeting. They cut all the random rolls. This isn't how I remembered it, and I get it because the Mighty Nein isn't just a story to us. It's memory. It's years of Thursday nights. It's inside jokes. It's joy. It's ours. So when someone comes in and changes it, cuts it, rearranges it, it feels like they're changing us. But today, I'm asking you to set aside the anger for just a few minutes, because I'm going to show you something you haven't seen yet. The animation isn't destroying the Mighty Nein. It's preserving them by daring to change everything. Most people think adapting a tabletop campaign is just trimming fat. Remove the long rests, cut the shopping trips, skip the random encounters that went nowhere. But that's not even close to what's happening here. What the Critical Role animation team is doing is something far braver, far riskier, and far more loving. They are rebuilding the emotional architecture of the Mighty Nein. They are taking 500 hours of messy, chaotic, beautiful, meandering real life and turning it into 12 hours of legend. And legend has no room for empty space. Let's start with the hardest truth of all. The original campaign is perfect for us, for the people who were there, for the people who laughed through the silence, cheered through the bad rolls, and fell in love over hours and hours and hours of slow, unscripted connection. But a mainstream streaming audience? They don't have 500 hours. They don't have years. They need to understand. They need to fall in love, fast. If the animation copied the campaign exactly, it would be slow. It would be confusing. It would be boring to anyone who wasn't already a fan. And then the story we love would die with us. So the team made a brutal choice. They collapsed the timeline. They cut travel. They removed low-stakes filler. They compressed weeks of wandering into minutes of quiet, meaningful movement, not because they don't care, because they care too much to let this story be forgotten. Every cut is a sacrifice, but every cut is also a gift. Now let's talk about the most controversial change of all, the way they meet. In the stream, the Mighty Nein bump into each other by accident. Random tavern, a random job. A random, quiet, unassuming start to the greatest story in Exandria. But in the animation, they meet in blood. They don't choose each other. They need each other. And that's not a betrayal. That's a thesis statement. The animation is telling you right away, these broken people did not find each other by luck. They found each other because they were drowning, because they were alone, because fate pushed them together when they could not save themselves. This isn't erasing the characters, it's defining them. Caleb's shaky hands, Jester's desperate whimsy, Fjord's frozen fear, Bo's sharp, defensive rage. We don't need 10 episodes to learn who they are. We see their souls in 10 seconds. Visual shorthand isn't lazy. It's love. It's saying, we see you. We know you. We will make the world know you too. And that brings us to the second holy war, the dice. Fans scream, you removed the randomness. You took out the rolls. Without chaos, it's not D&D. The dice are sacred. A natural 1. A natural 20. Those moments changed everything. They made the story feel alive. But here's the quiet truth no one wants to say. Most rolls don't matter. Most rolls are just noise. The animation doesn't remove failure. It concentrates it. It takes 10 small, meaningless failures and turns them into one catastrophic, soul-breaking moment that defines a character. It takes 10 lucky rolls and turns them into a triumph that feels earned, not random. D&D's soul isn't in the dice. It's in the fear. It's in the love. It's in the way 7 strangers become family. The animation doesn't just keep that. It amplifies it. Now let's go even deeper. The emotional architecture. In the stream, so much happens by accident. Matt didn't know Fjord's arc. Liam didn't know Caleb's end. Travis didn't know where Fjord's patron would lead. It was spontaneous, but animation can't rely on accident. It needs intention, so the team moved beats. They foreshadowed earlier. They planted secrets in the first episode that pay off in the 10th. They took the messy, beautiful chaos of improvisation and turned it into something cohesive, something unforgettable. Fjord's relationship with his patron isn't a surprise twist anymore. It's a quiet, growing horror. Caleb's trauma isn't a delayed reveal. It's a ghost standing next to him in every scene. This isn't retconning. This is emotional clarity. This is letting us feel the weight of their pain from the very first second. And that's how you make people care. By now, you might be thinking, but they changed so much. It's not the same, but it is the same. Because the soul of the Mighty Nein is untouched. Caleb is still broken. Jester is still kind. Fjord is still afraid. Bo is still lonely. They still choose each other. They still heal each other. They still become family. The animation doesn't copy the campaign. It translates it from the language of live play to the language of cinema. Literal loyalty to the source material is the worst thing you can do for an adaptation because the audience doesn't remember the facts. They remember how it felt. They remember the grief, the hope, the quiet, I see you, the powerful, I got you. The animation doesn't just preserve those feelings, it makes them bigger, brighter, more painful, more loving. And that's the greatest gift of all. We got to live the Mighty Nine's life. The world gets to inherit their legend. So here is the question that divides us all. What does it mean to be faithful? Does it mean repeating every line, every role, every unscripted pause, even if it means no one new will ever care? Or does it mean protecting the heart of the story, even if you have to break the rest to save it? I know what side I'm on. The Mighty Nine isn't gone. They're just finally home. On a stage big enough for their love. I know this won't fix every hurt. I know some changes will always sting, but I hope it helps you see what the team sees. They're not just making a show. They're building a monument to the story we love. So tell me, which change hurt the most? And which one made you cry because you felt seen? Let me know in the comments. This is family. We can disagree and still belong. Hit subscribe if you believe the soul of a story matters more than its script. Next time, we break down the single best change in the entire animation, the moment that made every longtime fan collapse into tears.